Aloha, good evening, and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. I'm Tulsi Gabbard, and I'm here in for Tucker.
You spent the last 6 years on the internet arguing. On Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. And guess what? Nothing happened. While you were busy researching old videos so you could prove your point to some Democrat or Republican, while you were arguing back and forth with some troll, you lost sleep. You were stressed out. It changed you. You made the internet your job. Hours and hours and hours staring at a screen. It became a part of you. And you know what? Do you know what? Not one politician was arrested. Not one politician lost their job. Not one politician stopped getting paid. Not one politician was charged with a crime. Nothing happened! We live in a world of division, of illusion, a fairy tale land for many, filled with smoke and mirrors and magic tricks. And it's been going on since the beginning of time. You look to the left, and they distract you. You look to the right, and poof, they distract you again. And round we go. Every day is just like the last. Except every day, the politicians become more and more invincible, untouchable, above the law. And as soon as you figure it all out, they distract you one more time. You spend your days swirling in confusion, wondering how could this be? But your voice is silenced. You're unable to speak. Your comments are deleted. Your rights no longer exist. And then it hits you. They're all in on it. The people you cheered for, the people you defended, the politicians that promised you so much have been playing you the entire time. And you know what? There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can say about it. They're in charge, and they'll be in charge for the rest of your life. Don't believe me? Look around. It's right in front of you. But you're too distracted to see it. Open your eyes, and you'll get a better look.
I'm Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message.
Oh my God! Can you hear us this week? Are we all?
Okie dokie, boomer.
Is it all working? Is it?
Yes, please tell us. We have sound. I have both channels.
Yeah.
There's no background fuzz. Boy, what a week it's been. Yeah.
It's been another wonderful week in the myriad of weeks that have just sucked. Hi everybody. How's everybody going?
I know, a month worth of suck lately.
Everything's
loud and clear. Thank you. And I have both channels, DC, right? Both channels.
Oh yeah, God, yeah. You got a real mess over there. You're knee deep in tech now. I don't know how you're going to unravel it all. I don't know
Well,
how.
I've watched you, just like lose your mind and pull your hair, and
That's
yeah,
why I
for
got
2
the
years
artificial
now.
hair. Yeah. That's,
Right.
Yeah.
And so now it's my turn. It's my turn. And yeah, what you've always told me is audio is the devil. And I am learning that firsthand. Audio is always the devil.
Yeah, it's Satan. I think there's a few other engineers out there that agree with me on that. I know that Eric does over at Sabrina Salvati's show, Sabby Sabs. And let's say hi to the chat. You want
Hi,
to
chats.
Do you want to say hi to the chat, Chanda?
Yeah, let's say hi to the chat. My chat's kind of weird. I'll tell you about it after the show. I think it thinks it's a studio now, so I can't like type. But anyways, I can always type on a different computer. So Jilly, hey Jilly, yeah, Jilly's here. Welcome. Yeah, I agree. Aspen Falls, excited for the show. Yay, so are we. Jilly Love, sounds good. Let's see. Kate, can show me Kate. Kate, I'm so glad you're here. Yay.
Kate's in the kitchen. She's
Barbara,
in the kitchen.
Barbara Bottleson. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
DC, Moose and Squirrel. Hey, Moose and Squirrel. Kim, welcome, Kim. Fair and Balance. If you're going to tune in on Monday, Fair and Balance and I are going to do a CC Gals and tell you all about Amber Heard, the latest updates.
Oh, boy. Joy.
Oh, yeah. That just never goes away. It's never going to stop. It's freaking here forever, Maybe it's like the C word, right?
Yeah.
Al Walski. Welcome, Al Walski. That's who I see over in the YouTube spot. My thing's messed up, like I said.
Well, let me see who's over on the fin. And by the way, thank you for the super chat,
Yes,
Becca.
we got a super chat. We love getting super chats because we are very littly allowed to have super chats.
Yeah, we're not allowed to get money or any. We're not allowed. We're not.
So when we get them, we're just like.
It's a little club, baby, and we're in that little club, and that's just fine. That's just fine.
Yes.
We like the smaller everything. So thank you for your big hearts and helping us out there.
It helps us out. As you guys know, we've been doing major upgrades. I mean, oh my gosh, mind blowing. I have Mercy Me Studios now, and I will be up and fully engineering. I am already engineering some of my own shows, but I will be engineering others' shows. I will be the woman behind the curtain very soon.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to go to Gilligan's Island and get stranded for 6 years.
I know.
That's going to be me. We got over in the fin, we got Fred Edward. Uncle Warren is in the house. Hey, Extra Bulla is in the house. What's going on, Uncle? We have a special Jesse Jett song tonight, and that's some mutual aid to toss at our Uncle Warren, our brother, our friend, and so we're gonna be dropping that a little bit later. I really appreciate everything that Jesse and INN Media does over there, Indian Reef and Colin. Everybody over there is just terrific. J9 Campbell, what's going on? DC, you're over in the fin too. You've got dual personalities there, DC. Aram, good evening. Thank you for the Super Ray, Aram. Good to see you. I hope that coffee, Aram, I hope that coffee is good. Ooh, I hope you enjoy it.
This coffee's so good.
Yes, good evening. Good in the evening at the place
Anna
to
Maris.
be.
Hey, Anna Maris just got
Anna! Hi, Anna. Good to see you, Anna. And there's Kate. She's got a dually going over there, too. Oh, Myrtle Walker.
Oh, okay.
And let me see. Yeah, I think we got a full house over on the fin. We're gonna have to get the velvet rope out today.
We love our rock finners. You guys rock.
Yeah, you guys rock it out. So again, I think we've got pretty much everybody. Shyla, 905. And there's Vic. Vic, hey Vic, good to see you. Thurston Community Media. Rocking it up there in Thurston County.
Sit down. We're gonna do our Saturday night fun.
Yeah, we're gonna try and have a little fun. We've got a big little show tonight.
We got a lot of content tonight.
Yeah,
so
we got a lot of content.
We're gonna be hustling
through it. So I'm gonna shut up now. And what is this?
Hey, Dingo.
What do you got? Dingo. What do you got? 1979.
Oh, 1979 versus 2022. So you got long hair, longing for hair.
That would be me. Yeah.
Keg, EKG, acid rock, acid reflux.
Absolutely.
Seeds and stems, fiber.
Yeah.
Hoping for a BMW, hoping for a BM.
I don't have that problem yet. Thank God.
Going to a new hip joint, getting a new hip joint. Rolling Stones, kidney stones. Disco, Costco, whatever. Depends.
Oh my
Exactly.
God in heaven! Talk about nailing it. Who said? Did you find that on your own, or do I just?
Yeah. You know, I'm always out there looking for boomer
Yeah,
humor.
we're trying to do that. I appreciate all the boomer love you give me, Chanda. I just and everybody else that feels so inclined. We've got a little tweet from Sabby Sabs, and this is Professor Wolf kind of breaking it off in John Mackey's eye socket. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, because right on. Let me know if you hear it.
John decided to take the millions or billions, I'm not sure, that he could have taken, like most CEOs do. He decided not to, and he decided to do something else with it. His personal decision. His alternative, if he didn't want to get paid all that money, would have been to lower the prices at Whole Foods, and everybody else would have saved the money that he is not taking anyway, and that would have distributed much more democratically what it is he chose not to take. When you distribute income and wealth in a highly unequal manner, so that some people get the vast bulk and the rest of us don't, you're leaving the power of the purchasing overwhelmingly in the hands of a minority that shapes what gets produced. That's the question of whether you are free or not, to use their language, or you live in a society that skews who gets produced, what gets produced, because you're giving a disproportionate amount of the income to a tiny portion of your population.
That would be
That's the
true
issue.
if we had a monopoly, but we don't. People can shop wherever they want to. That's capitalism.
Listen to the applause.
There's competition.
You sold your company to a monopoly. You know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
He did.
gotcha.
Question here, in front of the camera.
Oh, burn! It burns!
Burn.
It burns! John
That's
Mackey.
why we love
Yeah,
Wolf.
CEO Whole Foods. Shout out to Revolutionary Blackout Network and of course Sabby Sabs. I remember this. Prof Wolf for the win. Yes, exactly, Sabrina. Professor Wolf for the win. The guy's such a brain. I just love listening to him because I
Me too,
understand
me
him.
too.
I understand him. What did you bring here?
Oh, this is
Best of
stupid people on the internet.
Oh
I had
God,
to do
I've
it.
run into a few of those this week. Let's see what
Joey
this...
B. Tunes.
Okay.
For those that don't know, TikTok is a place where people with no talent
Is that
get
better?
famous for doing things nearly anyone in the world can do at any given time.
Who in the hell put the muffins in the freezer?
Things
I
like
like that
dancing in your living room, lip syncing to music, and flapping your ass cheeks together. Hilarious. I'm on the edge of my seat. Clever.
Oh my God.
This is only gonna get worse, isn't it? Now that must be what you keep your bath salts in. Is this you after you crush them up and shove them up your... You ever wonder who has the most followers on TikTok? It's a random girl who takes photos of herself in the mirror. Yeah, 120 million followers. The most followed person on the entire platform. Meanwhile, this type of talent's living in a subway. How does she do it, folks? I mean, now I understand why so many people are having a hard time containing themselves in the comments. This is the video that put me over the edge. I couldn't believe it. I called everyone I knew. Another carousel of dingleberries. Is this all these people do all day?
And then come here, and then come like this.
I mean, look at this. Look at the planning that goes into this.
Boom. Yeah, and then when you hit it again, yeah, you can either do this, or I go like this. You do this, so we gotta do the same thing. All right.
I can only imagine what's going on upstairs. Here's a girl covering one of the most difficult guitar solos ever created. Probably took her over a year to learn.
482 subscribers. Guy wakes up one day and eats a strawberry. 70 million views. 10.9 million subscribers. I mean, will anything of value or inspiration ever trend? Or are we just going to keep mimicking people who do things anyone can do and continue to watch each other do it? You know, like stretching your mouth with your finger. Yeah, this is literally a trend. Another groundbreaker from Generation Zero.
I'm going to go kill myself. We're done. We're done. We're done.
Joey B. Tunes, go check it out if you want to watch the rest of that. He cracks me up. Sometimes, I mean, he plays within the rules, but he cracks me up.
Yeah. Hey, more power to you. That hurts my face. Oh, ow.
Well, his point is that, yeah, we give these people millions of freaking views that are doing nothing, and we all do it. I'm even guilty of it, you know? Scrolling through shorts, just watching them, right?
Yeah, and then you could talk about
real talent.
Yeah, and then there's soft porn, which is hilarious. So.
Oh yeah, well, fortunately, I got all that off of my Twitter. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah, I know. It seems to be locked on one of my channels. I keep looking at my dog and wondering if she got up there and started watching.
I told you that fly would show up right when we went live, and here he is.
Oh my God.
He's sitting right on my monitor.
You made this. Do we have evil twins in this shot or what? Because
those are friends, man.
Yeah, there's Fosta and
oh my God, I think I just Daniel-san'd him. I think I caught him.
Daniel-san.
Yeah,
Pasta looks great with that hair. Pasta, check it out, brother.
To catch him.
It's so cool. How's everybody doing tonight? We got more people join. Get that velvet rope ready. We're gonna break 50.
Well, you know, I brought this to remind myself, you know, that Jimmy stopped by Convo Couch this week.
Oh yeah, that was
to address a few things that were said by Miss Nina Turner, right?
Yeah.
I just want to tell you guys, I was a huge Nina Turner fan. Like 2016, 2017, I even went to Chicago to hear her speak. I mean, if you've ever heard Nina speak, she really knows how to give a fire you up type of speech. And it's because, you know, she grew up, you know, with religion, and she gives almost a sermon, right? I mean, powerful, moves you to the gut. Like, yeah, you know, and then after all of that and all of the years of excuses about, oh, well, we got to fight inside the Democrats, and, oh, it's okay if our revolution takes PAC money. I mean, there's just one thing after another. Finally, I'm at a point with Nina where I'm just like, when she turned her back on the grassroots Medicare for all marches last year, forced the vote, and was like, now's not the time.
Yeah.
I was completely done with Nina Turner.
Yeah.
I took all my Nina Turner merch and I threw it away. And yeah, she's an establishment dim. She's just like Bernie. They're cowards that want to play inside the Democratic Party and think that they're going to accomplish anything inside that party. After all these years, they know better.
I get it. After the primary, I see some of the people who ran as Democrats mea culpa, saying there's just no way you can do it because they've
how many times you got to run before you got to figure that out?
Yeah.
6 more times?
I thank them for having the guts to stand up there and say it, you know, because they just finished themselves as far as running as a Democrat, which is what they should have done in the first place. Ran as independent. I think they would have had better numbers at least.
I agree.
So anyway, what did you bring here?
This is a clip from Convo Couch from this week.
Oh my!
With Jimmy. Jimmy's rant, but I got Fee in there asking him a question because I always want to feature Fee too. So.
Yeah, they've been clipping this up all over the net. Who the hell is the engineer that did this? He did such a shitty job.
Whatever.
God, what an idiot engineer here. There we go.
Democrats' approval rating is in the can. It's trash. Joe Biden's approval rating is trash. Inflation is at an
What is this, 11
high.
o'clock in the morning?
This
Jimmy's got his shades on,
I think one of
right?
the most politically
It
manipulated
was 3 o'clock
things
in the
that I think
afternoon
it's
in Florida.
backfiring on the
good
entire
shit.
Democratic Party. But I also think that's part of it is the focus on the Trump versus the Democrats, that whole back and forth. It just keeps happening over and over again. Meanwhile, the people are suffering. We're still giving billions to the Azov Battalion and so on and so forth.
Of course, this is a political hit job, and people see it for what it is. Everyone knows Hillary Clinton deleted 33,000 emails after she was subpoenaed, and nothing happened to her. So
Warren, that's what I thought too.
This So we're told this happened at a local level. A local FBI guy got a local judge to do this, and this didn't come from up top. I mean, again, it's just we're living in a banana republic. We say Russia and Ukraine are corrupt, which they are, but there's nobody more corrupt than the United States government. The United States government is 100% owned and purchased by the corporations and the bloodthirsty military-industrial complex. And that's what this isn't about law. This is about an outsider. They can't have Trump be the ugly face of imperialism, not because Trump is going to legislate any differently than they do. Trump's biggest accomplishment was a tax cut for millionaires and billionaires. He didn't do anything. He didn't give us health care. He didn't give us living wage. He didn't give us education. He didn't do anything. Like, he didn't end the wars and he didn't do anything like he said he was going to do, except he gave everybody a tax cut who makes millions and billions of dollars. So why do they hate Trump? It's because Trump puts an ugly face. And I said this in 2016, and it's true. Trump puts an ugly face on imperialism, and he puts an ugly face on the establishment. And so they can't have that. Donald Trump did nothing different than Joe Biden. Barack Obama deported more Hispanics than Donald Trump. He dropped more bombs than George Bush. So this isn't about someone being a bad person or being a criminal. This is about someone putting an ugly face on the establishment and empire. And they can't have that with Donald Trump. And so even if it's DeSantis, they'll take it because he comes from inside the two-party system. They have their certain amount of controls on those people. And they didn't have them on Donald Trump, which is why they did an evidence-free conspiracy theory for 4 years called Russiagate. And why did it take him so long to impeach Donald Trump? Because it took him that long to find a crime that Donald Trump was guilty of that they weren't also guilty of and complicit in. And they impeached him over freaking weapons shipments to Ukraine. People don't even know that. So again, this is a political hit job. It's 100% what we could. And this is them dividing the country. And Nina Turner's flex is to divide the country further instead of calling out the corrupt FBI and the establishment. Because why? She's a partisan. She's a partisan Democrat. I'm not, which is why I get to call her out. She famously said, and I'm going to play the video as soon as I get back to my studio on Saturday, and she famously said, Jimmy Dore, I've admired him from afar. He says things I can't say. And as soon as I say one of those things, why can't she say things? Why would she say that? Jimmy Dore says things I can't.
Good point.
Why can't you say them, Nina? She can't say them because she wants to secure her position inside the Democratic Party. That's why she can't say them. And that's why she said thanks for Jimmy Dore for saying it. But then as soon as I say the things she can't say, she calls me a racist. And that's why she's a fucking loser who's lost every race she's ever been in. It's because people smell her out. She's not what she claims to be.
Wow.
Wow, Jimmy freaking nailing it and looking like he's going to give you cement boots and throw you in Lake Mead.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be a far plunge. I get it. He was hurt too, but that whole thing was just a mess this week. But his point in that was, why can't she say that? If you're legitimate, people are looking for honest actors, not actors, honest people, not political liars or politicians. So
I've been around Nina when she's doing the political round circuit, when you go to those big conventions, they all have their little independent booths and all the media. Mm-hmm. So she's going around doing interview to interview. And she's working the camera. She's a politician, and then she mingles with the everyday folks that she's back over there with the media. I saw it with her lots, and she's very much like Bernie, that same line of establishment thinking. And I just got news for them. They're not progressives. You're just Democrats. You're just Democrats. Yeah, that's all you are.
Democrat line. I'm not going to weigh in too much on this. I'm disappointed that she threw up the race card. You don't do that because that makes everybody else, it makes them smaller. But Sabrina Salvati, I think she had one of the best takes out there this week, and nothing against everybody else's take. I'm just partial. Right. I'm partial to Sabrina because the way she approaches things, and she really she's very thoughtful. She's very thoughtful. But this is the core story tonight, and it's two segments, and you just can't cut Sabby. She has something to say, and I want her to have her full say when we feature her on the show. So we're going to run these two. The first one's a little longer than the second one, but please, I hope you appreciate it as much as I did from Sabby's standpoint. So here we go.
it just seems like to me there is this mentality that even if someone on the other side, on the right, may be correct, if you're on the left, you're not supposed to admit that. Don't be so, I guess I would say, just don't be so fixated on your hatred for people on the right to the point where you can't even admit when they're right on a particular issue. This is the problem with the two-party system. People are so brainwashed to back their party that even when their party is wrong, they will defend it. Even when the other side may be correct on an issue, they will still smear them just because they're on the other side. Now, this goes back to the point that Jimmy made in that video about conservatives, some of them waking up to this idea of the FBI, of the problems with the FBI. Jimmy Dore said, well, don't crap on them. You should start to welcome them over. I just feel like, again, like, if somebody tells me they're against the FBI, if they tell me, you know what, we need to get rid of this whole system, I don't really care if they're on the left or the right. If they're down with it and I'm down with it, then let's get the shit done. This is the problem. This is why I hate this two-party system. I hate it. I absolutely despise it. Everything is about left versus right. People are so blinded, they can't even look at just particular issues anymore. Now it goes on from here. She goes on to say, if you take right-wing money while running against progressives, you're a conservative. If you use right-wing talking points against progressives, you're a conservative. When did Jimmy Dore run against a I'm confused. When did Jimmy Dore run against a progressive? If you use right-wing talking points against progressives, you're a conservative. What are the right-wing talking points? See, this is the thing. Like, this is vague. Give me some examples. You got to give me more than this. What are the right-wing talking points that you're referring to? I didn't see any examples mentioned.
I feel her angst. Do you see how?
I do too. Yeah.
It's really you know, but now the second clip gets a little spicy, and I cut these because I like it when she gets passionate and she really expresses herself with no bounds. So I hope everybody appreciates this as much as I did. I think Sabrina is probably as honest as you get these days. So yeah. Let's hear her go with this one, and then you guys tell us what you think. But she's great. She's great.
That everybody that's black is on the left. They're not. And black people are leaving the Democratic Party, not joining it. I can't with this. So it makes me really sad. It makes me really sad because at the end of the day, all this back and forth, and we haven't accomplished anything. Not one damn thing. This is going back to 2016 when Bernie first ran. What have we accomplished? What have we won? What have we done on the left besides a couple of progressives winning their races and going into DC and siding with corporate Democrats when it comes to legislation?
Yep.
What have we accomplished on the left? It's been what, 6 years? Nothing is getting done. Nothing. I'm so pissed. I'm livid. I was just at a housing project here in Boston. People are having their freaking ceiling separating from the damn wall. More people are still being evicted. Tent communities are growing. People still don't have health insurance. People still don't have dental insurance. But what we got right now, what we got here? We got someone who sat up there and ran twice in a row, and the Democratic Party screwed her twice in a fucking row.
Wow.
And here she is, sitting up here, still pointing fingers at the right instead of pointing fingers at your own damn party that has continued to screw you over multiple times. We've won nothing. Nothing. I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. I gotta be honest here. It pisses me off. I get so tired. Sometimes I get tired of this. Constantly telling people we need to support these policies. Constantly telling people you need to come on over to the left because we really agree on the issues. And I'm telling people that, and then they don't want to even be involved. You know why? Because they see shit like that. Because they said the left is too divided. Because they said you got people like Nina Turner and Jimmy Dore yelling at each other back and forth on Twitter. They want no part of it. They said that the left are too pure. There's too much of these purists. And they feel like they don't have a home here. Everybody needs to hear this. Who's on the left? You need to hear this. Sometimes on this side, we can come across really kind of condescending to people who are not there yet. People who are not on the left. And I gotta tell you, I've talked to a lot of people, and you know what? It is a fucking turnoff. It is a turnoff to a lot of people to see someone like Nina Turner, who was a progressive candidate, and someone like Jimmy Dore, who had a lot of these progressive candidates come onto his show. Sometimes it was the first platform. To see that we're not even in community together. We went from being together on the issues to being divided over personalities. And I'm so sick of it. I'm tired. And I know a lot of us, we've all bought into it. I've been guilty of it before too. But this is fucking embarrassing. You don't see this on the right. Do you see Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro going at each other like this? Fuck no. And at the same time, we've accomplished nothing.
Yep.
So what I hope that you can take away from this discussion tonight is that I wish people pay just as much attention to the people getting kicked out of their damn apartments, to the people sleeping on the damn streets because the tent communities are growing. I wish people pay just as much attention to that than they do to this.
And that's why I made that clip. I wanted her to get her thought out.
Bravo.
And she made her point. She was passionate. I think she was almost moved to tears. She's so frustrated, like the rest of us.
We all should be, because she's absolutely right. Her anger is appropriate for what we have done, what we have been through, how we've been treated, and what is going on with the goddamn left. We used to all be united, right? And now we are just little pockets of, oh, I hate democracy now. I hate TUI. I like these guys. These guys are... And nobody can come together on one damn issue. I mean, 2 years ago, I threw my hands in the air as an organizer and said, okay, I'm just going to start focusing on issues because I think that's the only place I can help. So I start working on issues. And now we're so divided in the issues that even that is not working. Now I'm reaching across the aisle, trying to organize with anybody who can agree on one thing, like freedom of speech. We must fight for it. Okay, well, then that's what we should fight for. I mean, we don't even want to talk about other politics.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, again, thank you, Sabrina, for articulating your point so clearly with passion, appropriately. I've got to say, Sabrina doesn't use a lot of curse words.
No, she doesn't. She's not a potty mouth like me.
Yeah, and I commend her for that, because you can get your point across.
It's hard. Yeah.
Clearly to more demographics if you leave the junk talk out. You know, there's a time and a place.
That's right.
But this, to me, pointed out one more thing that we've been experiencing a lot. All of us have. You can't air out your laundry and have Twitter fights and expect to get anywhere.
You will never get
Never.
anywhere. It's high school.
Yeah. Gotta stop that.
Twitter is high school. You guys gotta stop attacking each other on fucking Twitter. I refuse to do it. I refuse to participate in it. If you got a blue check by your name, then you're fair fucking game, I think. But, you know, from everyday people, yeah, go ahead and say what you're going to say. But if you got blue checks, don't be fighting back and forth at each other. I mean,
the best
grow
way
up,
to make
guys,
progress,
grow up.
if you have any issues with the right, the left, your friends, your family, do it in a back channel, get it all worked out,
In an
then
adult way,
work
yeah.
together to resolve these things. Now, if Nina and Jimmy had done that in the back channel, I'm sure the result would have been a lot
Nina
different.
can't do that. So, I mean.
Well, Jimmy
you know.
can't either, right? Can he?
No, I see Jimmy. Like, okay, look at the Alex Jones incident. Do you remember when Jimmy Dore spit on Alex Jones when he worked for TYT? It was like 2014 or 15. Politicon,
yeah.
Right, or there was an entangle. I don't know for sure what exactly, but I think there was spitting involved, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I've heard Jimmy nowadays kind of like rolling that back. So yeah, I absolutely we're supposed to be the most open-minded people,
Yeah,
right? We're supposed
prove
to
it.
take in the facts, and right, but we don't do that. And I just want to say, I saw everybody talking about his opener in the chat. And if you look at when that opener came out, right, Jimmy's little opening bumper where he's got the Jimmy Stewart and he's got the little clips from everybody. TYT's in there. Like, there's so many people that hate on him now that it's just become kind of the establishment, Jimmy poking fun at them now, you know, because so many of them have attacked him.
Yeah, and again, we roll with not by
Tim Black. Don't even get me started with Tim Black.
Yeah.
I was in DC with Tim Black.
I just cruise by, and again, I'm not going to make friendships dictated on how other people get along with the people I'm making friendships with. Can't do it.
Yeah, it's none of my fucking business.
It's none of my
Be friends with who
business.
You want to talk about?
You know, there's a codicil to that. If I'm in a working environment with people, it's a much more delicate situation. So again, I believe Nina and Jimmy are working in the same space. Sort of, but not really.
I know. You know, as much as I used to commend Nina Turner, absolutely, I see her for Bernie Sanders. Look at the fucking millions of dollars that she took from organizers, from a grassroots on the ground, going there, campaign, knock on doors.
Get it.
And she just throws them under the damn bus and gets back in line with the Democrats. This snuggling up with the, I won't be legitimate unless I have that D by my name. And that's what if we could have convinced them to step away in 2016, we might have had a chance.
Maybe.
But there's absolutely no chance now.
Yeah. Anyway.
We know how corrupt this is.
Yeah, I do. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to Sabrina Sabby Sabs over there, please go over there and let's get her up to 25,000 because
was fire.
I would rather listen to her all day long than 1 second of The Hill or Breaking Points or anything at this point.
I brought you Breaking Points, I believe.
Yeah. So anyway, did we run everybody off? Oh no, we didn't. We got more people in here.
No, but we got to get moving. It's already 7:40.
Hi, Gamer.
Barely touched the deck.
Gamer's in the chat. We didn't say President Jesus is in there. Choosy Heretics, SFT. Hey, what's going on? If we missed you, we're sorry, but I can't. I've got too many things going on, but I try. I really do try. What do we have? That was a quick pregnancy.
That was a quick pregnancy.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, that's scary stuff.
Maybe. Here it is. Speaking of breaking points, this is the next one. I think you're gonna like this one.
Oh no, is that?
But I want to address the meme that's in Beetlejuice Oz's laugh, and it's Schumer.
All right.
So did you see this? Schumer lets aide kill a key drug bill reform. The decision comes as Schumer is now the Senate's #2 recipient of big pharmaceutical industry campaign cash. Who's number one?
Who would that be?
Taking guesses. I'm taking guesses. I didn't look it up, but that's my question is who's number one?
Gosh, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. There's so many of them taking the cash. It's hard to keep track.
I know.
Anyway, let's get this breaking points out of the way so I don't have a stroke tonight.
Okay.
Wanted to update you guys on a story that we covered here previously, which was the Democratic Party conspiring and using some dirty and also potentially illegal tricks to get a Green Party candidate kicked off the ballot in the Senate race in North Carolina. So that Green Party candidate is Matthew Hoh. He is a veteran. He had collected all the signatures and done everything he needed to do to get on the ballot there. And then the Democratic Party came in and they did a couple of things. So the first thing they did is they took all the signatures on his petitions and they called called through, because they have the voter files, so they have a lot of this data and contact information in their records, called through to try to persuade all of these signatories to take their name off the ballot. Now, that's sort of gross and anti-democratic, but it's not illegal. But they were also caught pretending to be with the Green Party to put added pressure on those people to pull their names off of the petitions. That didn't work out. They didn't get that many people to agree with them. So it looked like Matthew Ho was going to be on the ballot as a Green Party candidate. He had way more than enough signatures on the petitions. Then the State Board of Elections, which is a split between Republicans and Democrats have the majority in North Carolina, meets, and the Democrats vote in a partisan bloc to still block him from the ballot because they say there might be fraud. They didn't prove that there was fraud in the signature gathering, which is incumbent upon them to do. You have to show this one is not legitimate, that one is not legitimate. Specifically, they said, we think generally there are enough questions here that we're just going to kick you off the ballot. Okay, so that's where things stood previously. Matthew Ho and the Green Party went to court to try to regain ballot access, and lo and behold, a federal judge agreed with the Green Party. Says breaking, this is from Matthew Ho for Senate, a federal judge just ordered the North Carolina State Board of Elections to place the Green Party and our campaign on the ballot. We won against the Democratic Party establishment scheme to sabotage our campaign for working people. Now let's win this race and make history. Apparently, the Dems are still filing another lawsuit to try to block the Green Party from the ballot in one particular, in Wake County, which I think is a sizable county.
Yeah, no, she's killing me too.
I'm like, Crystal, you're putting me to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, I mean, I brought that because we need to talk about this, and those dirty Dems, they're always at it, right? Anytime any little sprout of a third party starts to pop up anywhere in the country, they make sure they go and stomp it out.
Where we, on the other hand, would actually help third parties come into the process. We want that dialogue, that discussion. So yeah, that was, barely got through that one. I did admire Sagar's haircut, but that's because he's got hair.
I remember a time when you adored Crystal, so we all evolved.
I'd
right?
never adored her. I just, I just enjoyed her cosplay with her clothes. You know, she's wearing a picnic table one day, and the other day she's got like big puffy shoulders on her.
My gosh, I gotta tell you, I was over in Farron's chat the other day, and Farron had brought a clip, and Crystal was wearing her blue picnic tablecloth shirt, and I go, oh, she's wearing her picnic tablecloth, and the whole Farron's whole chat just started going off.
Well, yeah, I know. Brianna Joy Gray has one too, so they're styling.
Yeah, she does.
She does. I think Brianna.
I have one too, so I admit it.
Yeah.
Mine's
I've got one too. It's on the table in the other room. This right here, I caught this last night. It was kind of funny. That's Mar-Largo in the background, so I thought it was appropriate to put this one up here.
It is.
If you haven't seen this, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was kind of funny.
Good morning. I'm here to give you an update on the FBI's investigation of Secretary Clinton. What I want to do is tell you what we're recommending, but first, let me tell you what we found. 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it make?
8 of those chains are top secret, 36 of those chains secret, and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
Everything I did was permitted. There was no law, no regulation.
Secretary Clinton should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation.
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email.
None of these emails should have been on any kind of unclassified system, not even Gmail.
Well, first of all, nothing was marked classified.
To the contrary.
Nothing was marked classified.
There is evidence of tremendous
classified.
Now let me tell you what we found. 110 emails.
It was not the best choice.
52 email chains.
It was a mistake.
Have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it make?
8 of those chains are top secret.
Wasn't the best choice.
36 of those chains
I said
secret.
it was a mistake.
And 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
With respect to our recommendation, this is going to be an unusual statement in at least a couple of ways. Although there is evidence, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. What difference at this point does it make? 110 emails.
It wasn't the best choice.
52 email chains.
I made a mistake.
Have been determined to contain classified information. What difference at this point does it make? 8 of those chains are top
was not a good choice.
6 of those chains.
I said it was a mistake.
And 8 contain confidential information. What difference at this point does it make?
Make.
That was catchy, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I got an earworm now. I'm going to be shuffling all night long. Although some of those clips were contextually out of sync with the issue of the email server. One of them was Benghazi. But yeah, it was fun. I just want
to point out all the people that are loving the FBI lately. Oh, go FBI! Yeah,
too much TV.
The same people that were saying that
the
FBI should have arrested.
Yeah,
Comey should have arrested her, and now you've done a 180.
It gets kind of harsh. Anyway, let me credit the person who made. From what I understand, it's Socialist Mop was the one that did all the work on that, and that is a lot of work. What Socialist Mop did. To salute you on that. I think Socialist Mop is definitely has a conservative bent and does things like that. But yes,
I want to say thanks to everybody who sent this to us, because we had quite a few viewers send this to us to make sure we had it tonight.
That I just played, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I tried to rip it and convert it, and it wouldn't let me because it was conflicting with Google, and then you brought it, so I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, good. We share a brain with a lot of people.
We do share a brain, so that's why I didn't even bother to tell you. I figured you knew.
Yeah, there we go. So you brought this.
Yeah, when you eat tons of shrooms and decide to go on an adventure. God, look at him. Dark Sith, man. And then Hillary Clinton calls out Bernie Sanders sexist in new book. Yeah, I know the kind of things that he says about women. Yeah, and of course, the same people that we were bitching about are just all over ripping it up. How dare you attack Bernie Sanders?
How dare you do that? Yeah, it's hilarious. I just... That's a pretty rough Photoshop job on that picture, though. That's not becoming of the Clintons, I have to say. Now, I brought this tweet, but you brought everything else that went with it.
I added a bunch of stuff. Yeah. This was just random stuff I kept seeing today as I scrolled social media.
Yeah, there's Kim Iverson. Deranged Democrats won't stop trying to nail Trump on technicalities. If he were a real crook or truly a spy for Russia's, sure. But it turns out he's not. And this tired witch hunt is only forcing more people to flee the Dems and mistrust the entire system, rightfully. Abso-frickin-lutely. And I am like road worry of all this stuff. Now, you want to talk about these memes you brought?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, these are people that, they say that they're very progressive and they're out there just partying it up. I know it's wrong, but I'm feeling gleeful about the Mar-a-Lago raid. A plane is flying over Mar-a-Lago with a ha 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 banner behind it, and then quick, Melania, before we get to New Jersey, put the nuclear missile plans in your sock drawer. Yeah, I mean, that's about the mentality of it, right?
Yeah, that's about it's high school once again. So
they're never gonna do anything to him. Kim's so right. Like, this is just one feeble last attempt to try to just smear him because they're scared of him. And
they want to get him knocked off the ability to run for president again because he'll kick their ass. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And, it is what it is. Who brought this? Did you bring this? I think you did.
I thought you did. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
These three firms own corporate America. 2 of the top 3 investment firms that own MSNBS are the same 2 investment firms that own Fox News Corp. In other words, Tucker and Rachel are owned by the same billionaires. These are also the same investment firms that own Coke and Pepsi. Yeah. I mean, it's Vanguard, BlackRock, and
what is the other one?
It's Street.
It looks like it's two S's.
Yeah, I can't.
Street. No.
I know this, and it just froze in my head because I've got a frozen head. So State Street. It's simple. It's State Street.
Yeah,
Sorry.
State Street. That's right.
State Street. Yeah, just brain fart here.
I brought this because everybody's freaking out about Tulsi being over. You saw the opener. We had the Tulsi.
Yeah, we'll run
it. Hosting for Tucker, and people are losing their shit about her being on Fox, and it's like, why? They're all owned by the same fucking entities.
Now, we had Roger Waters over on there on the RT, I think, and he kind of made a good point here. So let's see what Roger has to say. If you missed this, I think it's pretty good.
Just continue with that interview for just a little longer. As you say, it was a jovial affair. After the interview, indeed, the presenter joked that you were a troublemaker. But behind the banter, and he was a fan, you could see that, is that how anyone is seen who doesn't toe the mainstream line? An irritant, for want of a polite...
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. But we all know that. That's true in almost every country in the world. Anybody who doesn't toe the government line is a troublemaker. I bet you've got millions of troublemakers in the Russian Federation. There are lots and lots of us in the United States of America and the UK and all over Europe and all over the global south as well, of course. And I'm proud to be a troublemaker. The troublemakers are the important people. The troublemakers took to the streets in 2003 on February the 14th, just before the UK and the United States of America invaded Iraq and murdered about 1 million people. So we were there, and we weren't just in London and in Madrid. We were all over the United States. We were all over the world. We were in the streets saying, this is a huge mistake, and it goes against everything that we believe in, but specifically it goes against the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Iraqi people have rights too, and you are not liberating them. You're murdering them. And we said that. 25 million people in the street. I'll stop hectoring you about that. But it's really important to know that we are a large community. So even though I don't know any of them personally, I am now representing World Without War, Code Pink. And I won't go on mentioning their names because there are too many to mention. But we are a global force, and we believe in love for our brothers and sisters, all of them, including the Russians and the Chinese and the Ukrainians and the Americans and the French and the Germans and the Ecuadorians and the Peruvians and the Chileans and the blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that is our platform. And we're sick of watching our lunatic leaders, including your lunatic leader, banging heads. Though I do think in this case, well, no, I won't go there. If you're going to get to the Ukraine at some point.
We will. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, as you say, it's something very important to you. And unlike many of the people criticizing you, you've done the research over many years as well. It was questioned, Mr. Waters, why your views were being heard at all. But I would suggest artists, cultural figures have always shared their views. So why are you being singled out?
Well, they haven't always, and this is a problem, and they're not now. That's why I'm being singled out, because I do feel somewhat of a lone voice within the context of the arena that I work in. I'm a musician, professional musician.
All right, I missed the cut on that, but I think you got the point.
I love it. I love it. He's so right. We are massive, and we are out there, and we do stand for all those things, and yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I'm surprised he got on CNN. And if you want to watch that interview, just roll the thing back in the...
CNN did a few surprising things this week, right?
Yeah, well, they're gasping for air, so...
exactly. So, oh shit, they better tell a futurist. Hey, I figure since you're a boomer, maybe you remember this. Joan Crawford says, "Let's eat out, ladies. Put away your skillets." It's my mom. Tonight is ladies' night at the Howard Johnson.
Yeah, I remember Howard Johnson. It was like wasn't it Howard Johnson's like a buffet or a Chuck Stop or something?
Yeah, it was like a Denny's or I love her bangs. Bangs.
But having Mommy Dearest represent your business, is it the best?
No, she married him. Remember, she was married to the owner of Howard Johnson.
That's right.
And then I think she married the owner of Pepsi. Yeah, Pepsi. She became Pepsi's spokeswoman. Michael Pinano, keep it up. Thank you. I'm terrible with names with vowels. Sorry.
I'm terrible.
I have names
speaking.
with vowels too.
Yeah. No, yeah. Anyway, you brought this. This is NPR.
Oh, okay. So we have to be really careful about what we say about this one.
Oh my God, I'm going to change it. Say it and let's get out of here. This is toxic.
I know that this is absolutely toxic. So NPR this week noticed that the exposure to the virus are no longer required to quarantine. So those who've been exposed, unvaccinated people now have the same guidance as vaccinated people.
According
Students
to
can
NPR. Is that?
Yeah, well, no, this is the CDC.
The CDC.
So students can stay in class after being exposed to the virus, and it's no longer recommended to screen those who are asymptomatic or without symptoms.
Okay.
And if you want a deeper dive on this, head over to the Combo Couch, Boston, his Killery Jammies, and they did really good in-depth Rockfin yesterday on this.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, everything that we said, everything that we took hits for, every freaking violation, we were telling the freaking truth, but here we are.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'm moving on. We've got Rusty Rockets here. Rusty Rockets. He was. This is short. Just check it out.
I was going to bring this.
Of course
I
you
would have
were.
cut the front. You cut the back, though, and I like your cut better.
Oh,
than mine.
thank you. I appreciate that. I like
People
your
are
cut.
having a wonderful time. At least Bill Gates
I love his
ain't
shirt.
flying around the world in private jets,
robe.
buying up vast tracts of agricultural land while simultaneously saying we have to reduce emissions. Oh no, he is doing that. Bill Gates is the biggest private owner of farmland in the United States. Frequent speaker at Davos, Gates last year released his book, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. Flying around the world in a private jet, telling people how to avoid a climate disaster is like firing cats out of a cannon at people to end animal cruelty. It was later revealed that Gates teamed up with Blackstone in a $4.7 billion deal for the world's largest private jet service company, Signature Aviation. Gates loved private jets. He calls them his guilty pleasure. Amazing.
Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. Now, if we do a really great job, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
10 or 15%.
So there you go. Whether it's Trudeau clamping down on farmers while ignoring billionaire excesses, while subsidising the fossil fuel industries that are already profiting in a so-called cost of living crisis, or Klaus Schwab openly admitting that the leaders of the world and half of Trudeau's cabinet have been schooled at Davos, it seems we are living in interesting times. I would not say these things are a conspiracy theory. It just seems to me that there's evidence of people cooperating with one another in order to pursue an agenda that we can simply leave as financial. We don't need to get into the crazy stuff wearing robes, although, ironically, I am wearing one. Let me know.
Let me know what you think. All right.
He's so right.
Yeah.
We don't even have to get into that. If this was the real world and those bills that are being passed were to help climate change, they wouldn't be handouts. We'd be crushing those billionaires and those companies. But no, we just keep giving them more money and giving them more money. And we think they're going to solve the problem. You know, I love when I see BP or Shell. I used to work in the oil industry. I worked in the oil industry for 20 years. And I loved the propaganda that they'd send us about how BP's going green or Techron's clean energy, you know, just the stupid shit they put out. Like,
it's hilarious. There's one word I need to eject out of my vocabulary, and that word is what Rusty Rockets, Russell Brand used it. Interesting. Now, interesting doesn't have a definition, does it? It's just a word that describes nothing. That's interesting.
It's interesting that industry doesn't have a definition.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think so. Anyway, I got to get rid of that word because it bothers me every time I hear it. Oh, you brought another United spot?
I think this is an older one, but it's funny. This is what the Dems are going to look like here in the next couple of months because we're heading into elections.
All right, let's check it out.
What's up, everybody? We're out here in Pelosi's district.
Bing bang! Say addicted after everything I said. Okay. Alcohol. Addicted. Gambling. Addicted. Who gave you your career? Addicted. Bing bang!
What do you want to tell Joe Biden right now?
Shut, baby. Shake me out, shake dinner.
Yo.
Bing bang! Where do you live? With Jill's husband? Where does Jill's husband live? With Joe's wife? Where do you both live? Together. Where's your house? Right next to my neighbor's house. Where's your neighbor's house? Right next to Jill's husband's house. Bing bang!
We're here live with Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Come out to my district. Come out to my district. Shut up, Maxine. My district is better. My district is better. Everybody love Auntie Maxine. My district's squeaky clean. Come on out. Come on out to Maxine's district. Bing bang!
Bing bong.
Terrible. Those guys are so terrible.
Really terrible.
I love it. This is new. What is this?
Yeah, you know, I'm having an estate sale because I'm going through all my mom's stuff. And I decided I was going to go through all of my books, right? So I just thought I'd show you guys some of the books that were on my bookshelf. Let's start out with some of the best, and that is Rebuild the Dream. Van Jones. Yeah.
That's your mom's book or your book.
I'm looking for his Nothing Burgers in there. No, these are my books. I'm kidding. I can't blame this shit on my mother. How about this one? Bernie Sanders, a man or outsider in the White House. Like he was ever close to the White House. This one I haven't even cracked. You can tell the bine's not even been broken. Now this one was interesting. I gotta say, How the Rats Reformed the Congress. Ralph Nader.
I have that. I've got several copies of that. We're gonna have to give away some.
I sent you a bunch, didn't I?
Yeah, I've got some.
That one's actually funny. That one's pretty funny because that was Ralph's first attempt at writing comedy. And it is pretty funny, and it really accurately describes what's going on.
I don't like bathroom references, toilets, and
There
turds.
is a lot of bathroom reference in it.
I read
the whole
it.
thing is
I read it.
potty jokes.
Yeah,
the whole thing's poop jokes.
Yeah.
Right? This one cracks me up here. You got Fake President.
Ralph
Nader and Mark Green.
Yeah,
right?
I think I've got that
and
one too.
The only way to beat the Dems, and this is the only way if you were ever going to beat the Dems, and that is parliamentary procedure. All freaking huge book of it. I mean, this is battling the Dems. That's what it looks like.
They won't acknowledge it. They own the parliamentarians.
No, they do. They just crush you. Yeah.
They just
they do.
smack
they just
you around.
Change it. Yeah. Exactly.
If there's one book that I would recommend that everybody reads, Listen Liberal, Thomas Frank. And
I do like Thomas Frank.
Yeah, that one really kind of opens your eyes up right there. Listen Liberal,
right.
And
I read a lot of autobiographies.
Yeah.
I have like every presidential autobiography. I mean, that's where I like.
Yeah, and Confessions of an Economic Hitman would be the other one, and that's that's John. Oh God, I can't remember his last name, but he lets the bag out on how this country has screwed other countries for their resources. John Perkins. Perkins. Yeah. I've read that twice, and I should have remembered his name. But anyway, you brought this. What is this? Who are you? Who are you? Is this a game?
Who are you?
This is a game.
So this is of course, it's your birth month. So, Oz, you are spiritual, and then birth date, spiritual. Consciousness? You are spiritual consciousness.
Really? I thought I was infinite oracle.
Are you into infinite oracle?
I think I'm infinite oracle because spiritual consciousness. Now I don't have any consciousness, and I got half brain dead.
Oh no, I'm an interdimensional leader. So
yes, you are.
What are you guys? What are you guys?
What are you guys? I'll drop it down so you can take a look at it again real quickly. Screenshot that. We have another Lake Mead update here. So.
Oh yeah, Lake Mead.
Oh shit! What is it? Is it dried out mud now or what?
Okay, so remember I brought you a report from these guys a while ago. Sin City Outdoors. It's a father and son duo. They do a lot of fishing. They actually make me want to get back into fishing. And they've been giving us updates for quite a few months now. We started about 2.5, 3 months ago, and this boat was in the water, and I brought it. We saw it. Remember seeing the boat out of the water?
Yeah.
And so this is just a little quick clip of where it's at now.
Am I going to be depressed?
Yes, you're going to be shocked.
Damn it.
These next two will shock you.
I want to show you guys something here real quick. Notice that boat. A lot of people are watching our videos and we show the 2-week updates like I was explaining earlier. And during those 2 weeks, we'll come out and it'll drop 3 feet. It doesn't do it justice because, 2 weeks dropping 3-4 feet, maybe even 5, you see a small difference. Uh-oh, the boat's getting away again. Take a real close look at that thing. Now I'm going to flip back to what it looked like 2.5 months ago.
Holy crap.
All right, so notice in this video, the water was all the way up to nearly the steering column. That steering column was probably at that point 8 feet deep. And now coming back to where it's at right now. Notice completely dry. Notice the water all the way back there. So huge drop in 2.5 months. When you see it like that, at a 2.5 month period, it just, you realize like what's happening out here.
Yeah, I don't think people can really appreciate it, so I'm glad you brought that shit.
Yeah, that's why it's shocking when you see it, and that's why I've been really keeping an eye on Lake Mead. And they're up to 4 bodies now. They're finding a lot of bodies of swimmers, like a torso that was like wax soap, you know, when they're in really deep cold water, how the body kind of waxifies. A torso came floating up this week, and there's a lot of speculation over who that is. And this next one, that is the longest river in France dried up today. So that's the picture behind me. And this next video, this is it Vegas D-Tech? Yeah, Vegas D-Tech. He's just an everyday guy. This guy works for Toyota, and he also is a bartender in the evenings, from what I gather. And he's concerned because he's watching the water disappear from Vegas. So remember that big flood Vegas had last Friday?
Yeah.
Not this Friday, but the Friday before.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no water left in any of the canals from that. And there should have been water left over. It's just freaking gone. So he's walking through one of these washes, and please go follow him, because he's actually talking to the city councils and the businesses, and because nobody's sounding the alarm, and they don't even want to talk about it in Vegas. They don't want to scare off the population or the tourism. So they are zip about what's going on with the water in Vegas. And I think it's going to take citizen journalists like this guy, who takes his little bit of free time to go out there and record and do the research. He brings the research. He brings the water reports. Everyday people going out there, getting it done. So yeah, Vegas D-Tech, follow him.
So today, Lake Powell actually had a news clip where they've actually addressed that Lake Powell is in a bad situation with water. And as you all know, Lake Powell is up ahead of Lake Mead, and that we get our water from them. And they're finally saying that the population of these cities here that consume this water, that the lake system or the river system can no longer support the population and the agriculture, and that unless something is immediately done, we're going to be in for some deep trouble. So here's a video clip of this article that I saw this morning.
Gus Levy is with the Bureau of Reclamation at Glen Canyon Dam, the dam that created Lake Powell. The water that collected behind it forms a massive lake, but one that's getting smaller.
This is how low Lake Powell is. It's never been this low. You can see how far below the top of the dam the water is. A little bit lower, and the dam won't be able to produce power.
They over-allocated the river from the beginning, you know, based on hydrology from the previous 30 or 40 years when they did that. That was an extremely wet period. So in the meantime, we've learned that they over-allocated the river, and the other thing is obviously the population in the Southwest has expanded.
In the beginning was more than 100 years ago, back when they thought the past weather was normal. Turns out it was wetter than normal.
I would say that right now, Lake Powell, right now, is the most immediate concern.
Sarah Porter with the Morrison Institute for Water Policy at ASU says the problems pile on. There's less snow and rain, but it's also hotter.
The system isn't behaving the way it was built to behave. More snow may be evaporating into the atmosphere. The ground is hotter and drier, and so it's retaining more of the water before it actually seeps into springs.
The water use that we're using now, nature can't keep up. The only choice is to manage the water use, you know, and that's a big deal.
Rationing.
With a lot of people. You know, there's 40 million people that use this water.
What it'll take to keep the dam working and the lake existing is simple: using less water. It's the only thing in our power to control. At Lake Powell, William Pitts, 12 News.
When I get information, generally I get information from university studies, news clippings, maybe it could have even been the news that went out there, and I'm just following up and reiterating and going a little bit further with it, more than they can legally go, because I'm just a regular individual, not a news agency, right? I research things through white paper, okay? For many of you guys that don't know what white papers are, they're research-based reports of a complex topic, okay? Generally, you know, some sort of an agency, government, or university will write a report up, and I search these reports up, and I try to read them and derive as much information as I can from that to give it to you, because I like to have proof or paper trails as to where I'm getting my information from, in case somebody calls me out and says, where did you get that from? I could show them an actual document or an article for where I got it from.
You're not going to see this on the 5 o'clock corporate news.
I cut the part because it was so long. Go watch it. It's like 12 minutes. Where he's talking about how he's interacted with, you know, the bureaucracy and how they can't talk about it. They just, it'll kill business, it'll kill tourism. It's Vegas, baby.
Well, yeah,
And
they're having power outages in Vegas. So
what's coming and how nobody's talking about it. There's no huge red flags going off. There's no mass exodus out of Vegas. There's gonna be mass exodus out
they're
of the
keeping a
Southwest
lid
in
on.
the next few
Yeah,
years.
they're keeping a lid on it, and hopefully,
Well, no, they don't want all those property values to fall, right?
No, they don't. They're gonna get every drop, literally every drop out of it before you wake up one morning. You're not gonna have any power. You're not gonna have any water.
Well, the rich will still be allowed to go because what little water that'll be there will be so expensive and allocated to them.
Well, I
that
tell you
it'll
what,
become
those seniors,
Hunger
my
Games,
peers
yeah.
with their Social Security checks aren't going to be going there. So you're going to lose that revenue.
Ching, 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 ching.
You know, so that's all done. If there's no power, no services. So anyway, you brought Florida man here.
Yeah, Florida officials asked local pervert to stop interrupting horny manatees.
Oh,
And
my
that made me
God.
think of Alan Dershowitz, who said, I want to have the right to vote against Trump in the next election. I don't want a bureaucrat telling me who's going to run for president.
Alan.
He's so sad.
Mr. Dushowitz. You love that guy, don't you?
Alan Dershowitz. I want to see him burn in hell.
Yeah, he needs to.
I do.
He really
I do.
does.
He needs to burn in hell. He is the epitome of evil.
Did I bring this? Today, the FBI celebrates our 114th birthday. That's 114 years of redacted terrorism. Redacted. That's it. Celebrating terrorism.
Terrorism.
I get it. I think I did bring that. I'm sorry. You brought Eugene Debs, right?
I did. Let's see. The capitalists are combined against you. They're reducing wages. They have control of the courts. They're doing everything they can to destroy your power. And you have got to follow their example. You have got to unify your forces. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely do. Crocodiles are easy. They try to kill and eat you. People are harder. Sometimes they pretend to be your friend first. Steve Irwin. Yeah, Steve. Rest in peace, brother. You know what happened to everybody knows what happened to Crocodile Man, right? Got a little bit too close to a stingray and he nailed him right in the middle of his
Oh,
heart.
God, that video. I'll never forget that video. And I love Steve. You know, my kids were little. We would watch Animal Planet. We'd watch all his stuff. You know, Crikey. He was a part of the family. That was a hard loss. I gotta say.
It was. But, you know, he was doing something maybe he shouldn't have.
I love
been
watching the kids though. His kids have grown.
Yeah, they
and
have.
They're just they represent their dad so well.
doing. Yeah, she just got married, his daughter, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Bindi,
that's it.
Bindi.
Well,
And had a baby. She had a baby too.
Good for her. We have a special presentation tonight from Jesse Jett. I'm sure most of you know who Jesse is. He's a great musician. There was a little gig over there on INN the other day that was supportive of Uncle Warren, you know, so mutual aid. I'm not going to belabor this too much, but we're honored that Jesse okayed us to use this here. And if you want to support Uncle Warren, there's a link tree there. Screenshot it, and here we go. Little Rocky Raccoon. Love this version.
Oh, love Rocky Raccoon. Good
Love
choice.
Rocky Raccoon. Thank
yeah.
you, Jesse.
That's the name of my bluegrass side project you can look forward to next year.
Now somewhere in the Black Mountain Hills of Dakota, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. One day his woman ran off with another guy. It's young Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like that. He said, I'm gonna get that boy. Now one day he walked into town, booked himself a room at the local saloon. Rocky Raccoon, take him to his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Rocky had come, equipped with a gun, to shoot off the legs of his rival. His rival, it seemed, had broken his dream by stealing the girl of his fancy. Her name was McGill, and she called herself Lil. But every Lassie and her man, who call himself Dan, were in the next room at the hold down. Rocky burst in and grinning a grin. He said, Danny boy, this is a showdown. But Daniel was hard and he drove fast and shy. Yeah, Rocky collapsed in the corner. Now the doctor came in, stinking of gin, and proceeded to lie on the table. He said, Rocky said, Doc, it's only a scratch. I'll be better, Doc, as soon as I am able. Now Rocky Coon fell back to his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Gideon checked out, and he left in no doubt to help with good Rocky's revival.
Kudos over there, Jesse. Jeff's
That was
one of,
awesome.
he's one of the nicest people that I've met.
That's one of the best songs.
Yeah,
too. That was
he's
a
such
good
a
choice.
great musician too. I dropped the link. That's a bonus link because you go over there, and it's American Tradition Presents Warren Aid 2022, and there's a lot of great covers and originals. I believe originals that Jesse did over there. So check it out. It's a nice long stream, and he just blinks them out. He's got some prints over there, and just great stuff. So thanks again, Jesse. And if you can help Uncle Warren out, mutual aid.
How about Uncle Warren?
Yeah, help out. And
hey, Hunter.
Yeah.
Hunter C's in the house. Welcome,
Hey, Hunter,
Long time no
what's
see.
going on? What's going on? So yeah, mutual aid does not stop with one person or one entity. It's just share it around. Share it around. Mutual aid. What do we got here? You brought another United Spot.
Oh yeah, we talk about we got to make fun of Mar-a-Lago raid, right?
Oh God, I think I saw this one. This is funny.
It is too.
FBI! Don't
Eyebrows.
anybody move! This is a raid. Nancy, there ain't nobody here! Ah, damn it! What do we do now? We need to plant some evidence so we can take Trump down once and for all! Yeah! Well, I'm gonna go plant some evidence in Donald's underwear drawer. And while you're doing that, I'll go plant some evidence in Melena's underwear drawer. And while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go check on the guy cracking the safe. Who's you get to crack the safe? A guy that works for crack? Oh, you got Hunter? Yep. Good choice. All right, everybody. Operation Take Down Trump starts now. Yeah, cracked your safe. Can I get paid now? Going on vacation with my dad. What the hell is this? He's got evidence on every corrupt politician in the country. Hey, there's evidence on Jeffrey Epstein in here. I remember that. He's got evidence on everyone. We can't use this. No. We gotta burn it all. Yeah, right to the ground. I'll go get my vodka. Then we plant evidence on Trump. Yeah. All right, everybody. Let's get to work.
You guys are killing me. God.
Hunter had to make some spare cash before he went on vacation, and that's what the next slide is.
Oh yeah, let's check it out. Is he boarding Air Force 2 or
yes,
what is
this
it?
is him and Daddy leaving for vacation.
Oh, let's just play it real quick here. It's really short.
All right, Dad, just like we practiced.
All right,
Right step, left step.
I'm doing
Right,
it.
you're
Oh,
doing
this is
it.
so
Good job,
amazing.
Dad. Hey, why did you bring that
There's
entitled
children
cunt
on the
with us?
plane.
It's gonna ruin my trip.
It's gonna touch all of them. Well, you got the mayor's high right now.
spending money. Hey, is there a stripper pole on the plane? Hurry up, Joe!
That was terrible. That was terrible.
That was terrible.
Oh my God.
But not as terrible as what I did here. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was checking movie times in the 80s.
Yeah, that was me. That was me. Damn it.
I know. That was you.
That was me.
I know.
I didn't have the
know.
ripped jeans. I had San Francisco riding gear back in the 80s. So that was it.
Oh, hey, we got a super chat. I want to shout out real fast. Fair and Balance. Hey guys. Just wanted to say a big shout out to Liz Cheney's lawyer husband, who just joined the Hunter Biden defense team.
Oh, great.
Ooh, you go, girl. Keep up the great work. You too. Tune in to CC Gals on Monday night. Yes, tune in. And yeah, oh my gosh, really? Liz Cheney's husband is now representing Hunter Biden. This is the upside down, right?
Yeah,
they're all just one freaking party.
If they ever release Epstein's or Maxwell's Black Book, he'll be representing a lot of those people. So
please, that would be most of come on. Who was it? Cindy McCain came out and said, we all knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They all knew. Everybody, it's one big
Jesus.
club, baby, and you ain't in it. Thank you so much for supporting us, Farron. And yeah, tune into CC Gals on Monday night if you want the update on Amber Heard being the Ghislaine Maxwell of Hollywood.
yeah. So, well, you brought the most bizarre billionaire. What is that? Is that
I did. This is going to be a couple-part series because I want to break it down. So
is that Daryl Hannah from Blade Runner, or who is that girl?
well,
there?
yeah, hanging out with old, Bronson,
Richard
right?
Branson.
Richard
Yeah.
Branson, yeah. But so let's start out with a few, and then next week we'll really get into the big ones.
All right.
These are kind of some, outliers.
Shanda, I want his hair. I want his
Salvatore
hair.
Soretto. I should mention that Salvatore Soretto is technically only a multi-millionaire property owner, not a billionaire. But this story is so weird, I just couldn't leave it out of this list. A couple years ago, several businesses in one Australian town were having problems with someone pooping on their doorsteps.
Oh my God.
Finally, a restaurant owner installed surveillance cameras to watch the culprit, but they were shocked to discover that the culprit was Soretto. Why would a multi-millionaire spend his time doing his business in front of other people's businesses? He claims he had a good reason, but never said what it was. Number 10. Stuart Rahr. Stuart Rahr has proclaimed himself to be the #1 king of all fun, which gives you a pretty good idea of what he's like. The pharmaceutical billionaire in his 70s is well known for sending out email blasts featuring photos of himself partying with naked women to his huge list of influential contacts. It also seems like some of those photos featured a naked Rahr too. In 2010, he got himself banned from the popular sushi chain Nobu. Then, within just 10 days, he allegedly pulled a gun on an elevator operator in Trump Tower. He was sent to a psychiatric hospital as a result. He's also known for his generous philanthropy, so it's not all bad. Number 9. Ion Tiriac. Ion Tiriac is a special brand of billionaire. He started out as a professional tennis star, winning the prestigious French Open in 1970, and an Olympic ice hockey star, which is pretty rare. He made most of his fortune by opening the first bank in Romania after the end of communism. He's also involved in retail, insurance, cars, airlines, and tennis player management. He's earned himself nicknames like Count Dracula by never smiling, and he used to be well known for eating 6 steaks, 4 plates of pasta, and 12 eggs for breakfast. But the New York Times summed him up best when they said, "This man has been to places most people do not imagine exist." Number 8.
What does that mean?
Ivan Shrenko. Ivan Shrenko might be the world's weirdest billionaire, but we'll never know because nobody gets to talk to him. Even when he made the Forbes list of billionaires, he declined to talk about himself. Incredibly, we almost don't even know what he looks like. There's only one photo of him online. Basically, unless you want to get involved in a very expensive real estate deal, you'll never get to talk to him. Makes you wonder if he even exists.
So, did he look like Michael Keaton, or do we know?
We don't know. I guess we'll tune in next week, right? We'll see who the next one. Those are so bizarre. I mean,
I'm not surprised. I'm not
surprised either. And I could probably come up with a theory as to why that one guy was going around crapping on other businesses' doorways, but it would just be a theory.
Yeah, I think he made a pit stop at Nancy Pelosi's house last year, too.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, I think so.
That must have been her billionaire friend that stopped by.
Must have. Solid gold poo. There's news at CNN. Somebody is leaving CNN.
Oh, that's right.
CNN parts ways with legal analyst Jeffrey Tubin. We are grateful for Jeffrey's contributions to the network, That's rich. Over the years, and wish him all the best in his future endeavors, CNN said in a statement. Well, if you had this spokesperson for lotion for masturbation, would you have parted ways a little sooner, or what do you think about that? Honestly, I don't know why he was there after that whole escapade.
Because they were trying to save face, right?
Yeah, I guess they're trying to.
They didn't want to have egg on their face.
Yeah.
So they just tried to pretend like, well, it's human nature. We can't fire him for it. We'll just move him from here to here. And they still brought him on for everything.
Well, at least he didn't have a magic door lock button in his office that, when he
Oh my gosh, like Lauer. Yeah, that sicko.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But good news is from the Yum Yum. The Yum Yum, America's finest news source, the new Health and Human Services Leadership Department leaders are among the most qualified public servants in federal government. They are dedicated to ensuring the guidance and management necessary to support the health and well-being of the nation. Learn more about the department's leadership. Well, Jeffrey Tubin's got a new job already, and he's going to be the head of Health and Human Services. And, of course, Matt Lauer is still, after he left whatever that was, NBS or Today Show or something, he's still the deputy secretary. So he's not moving up on the ladder, but he's really static in that. That is from the Yum Yum, America's finest news source, and not to be confused with the Onion. So that's the Yum Yum. We own that.
Yum Yum.
We own that one. So
well, I thought we would bring an appropriate send-off for Tubin with some of his best work, and that is caulk. So
shit. All right.
You may remember this classic.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh my God.
What have you been up to?
Well, I've just been hammering away. I mean, it's really been a happy ending for me. I wrote a book and I want to masturbate.
Wait a second. Did you just say you want a masturbate?
Yep. I want to masturbate.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but I want to masturbate too.
You want to masturbate too?
Yep. I want a masturbate.
It pleases me to hear that you want a masturbate.
Oh, darn it! I forgot I have a hole that needs to be filled.
Do you need cock? I have some cock if you need some cock.
Actually, I could use some cock. Could you bring some cock by my house?
Sure. I can bring you some cock. Do you need any cock remover?
No. I don't need any cock remover.
Okay. I'll just bring you some cock then.
I can pay you for your cock.
Absolutely not. I'm giving you my cock for free.
Thank you, Jeff. I mean, it's not often a girl gets free cock. I usually have to pay for it.
I always get it for free.
Those guys are terrible.
That one was so bad. I remember we brought that one when it originally dropped last year.
Oh God,
well, we covered the Tubin incident.
Yeah,
right.
It's too bad he didn't cover it.
He should have covered it.
He should have covered it himself.
He should have covered it.
Now this one I caught. I think it was yesterday online. I'm not buying this, but I am buying.
Is this real?
I don't know if it's real or not. I don't think so. A playground in New York Central Park because teaching hate breeds exceptionalism. I think this is one of those phony ones. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my point is here is that we have been social conditioned from birth as young children and to breed hate. And here's another one. This is in Israel because teaching hate breeds exceptionalism. Yep. You know what? Honestly, I'm buying the point being made here. I'm just not buying the pictures. So, you know, because you remember how we were, and we are now with the Putin thing in Russiagate. We're being, you know, taught, and you know these parents that have TDS with Trump, they're teaching their children how to hate. And
the schools are too. So
I'm not going with this. Now you brought Karine and Peter Ducey again. What's up with this?
Okay, so the IRS story just isn't going away, right, with the IRS agents, and Peter Ducey got a good swipe in this week.
All right, let's hear it for Peter Ducey. I'm not one of his biggest fans, nor am I a fan at all, but let's check it out. Oh my God.
Just one more about the Inflation Reduction Act. Who around here decided that Americans were crying out for more interaction with the IRS?
I don't understand your question. You have to say more.
Do you think it's... It's going to be popular when the 87,000 new employees hired by the IRS go around and start auditing people to pay for the Inflation Reduction Act?
So it's very clear. The IRS commissioner was very clear on this. He said that on the record that it will only apply to those earning over $400,000.
My butt be wet. My butt be wet.
My butt be wet.
My butt.
My butt be wet. Farron with another super chat. Thank you. You're all on fire tonight. So many laughs. Yeah, thank you. We tried to make it fun.
We're trying. We're not journalists or any. We're analysts. We're trying to make it a little bit fun. So thank you to everybody and Farron for the super chat. This IRS thing is going to come back to haunt us all because they're saying, from what I understand, is that anybody under 400,000. They're not going to audit
That's what
more.
she's trying to say,
It's
right?
bullshit.
Come
bullshit.
on, bullshit.
Why did they
Bullshit.
hire 87,000 more agents? Give me a break.
You have that many people? Yeah.
And starting at $600. Now, who's that going to affect? If I got $600,
paying their rent?
if I got $600 extra a month from some sale of something that I have to declare, are you fucking kidding me? They're targeting the working poor and the poor. You know, they're targeting all of us. So don't buy their bullshit. One more reason, I can't take this shit anymore. It's just crazy. Just don't lie to me like that. Anthony Starr, this is The Boys. What is this about?
This is a memeology, I want to say.
All right, let's have the memeology. We're right on time tonight, so.
Re-enter into the record because it seems that we keep on going down this IRS conspiracy theory, embracing some IRS conspiracy theory of somehow that this money is designed to go after Walmart shoppers or people who earn under $400,000 a year.
The idea that there's going to be this army of IRS agents descending on the average American is just preposterous. Tax fairness is what we need.
This guy. 50 hours per week, which includes
Gotta be willing to carry a firearm and be willing to use deadly force if necessary. Gotta work a minimum of 50 hours per week. Be on call 24/7, including holidays and weekends. Fitness is necessary to efficiently respond to life-threatening situations on the job.
They want to believe the negative and the nasty. If you're that kind of person that you spend your life wanting to believe the negative and the nasty about people, you have something inside that's disconnected from how you should be as a person. And you really got to seek out some kind of positivity in your life, because if you're just negative all the time, believing the worst about everyone, that's going to be a really bad life you're going to have, you know?
I've already accepted it, dude, so don't even bother. But I do want that stocking. I want that stocking hat. I definitely do.
That was a
The
great
little
hat.
Christmas lights on there.
So they've been out there running ads, trying to, take applicants, and you got to be fit because you got to be on call 24/7, including weekends and holidays, and you got to be willing to use deadly force against us when we get that $600 win at the casino.
Oh yeah! Oh my God in heaven! $600. That's going to get me to the next shopping spree at Walmart. Thank you so much. So much. Sister Fee and Brother P did a piece the other day about, I think it was ammunition. The IRS had bought so many thousand rounds of ammunition.
Yeah, we've reported on it a couple times. I brought it
it's
like 6 months ago.
Really, I think they rescinded that order. They just kind of, put this back in the closet so they can't see it, but whatever.
No, they still have it. They have it. They have more ammunition than a bunch of different agencies.
Is that why the ammunition's always empty at Walmart?
Well, they bought the ammunition before they got the force. Now they're looking for the force.
Oh, you brought this.
I did. At this point, if I get picked up by an alien life form, I'm just going to go ahead and consider it a rescue mission.
Yeah, exactly so. It will be a damn. I mean, I'm sitting here looking up and saying, God, that asteroid's looking better every day. This was great. You brought this too.
This one made me giggle. Me looking at the F my kid got for the math homework I solved. You remember?
I know.
I was homeschooling the kids during COVID, and this is how I felt, like literally being in those Zoom meetings with the teachers.
No shit.
New
math.
The lessons.
New
the
math.
The teachers were basically just giving you the lessons and being like, okay, here's this week's lesson, and you literally had to teach it. I was just like, yeah.
I
New
can't
math.
take
New math.
it anymore. This is
What the fuck is new math? Math's math.
This is an encore meme from last show. This
It's so good,
It
though.
is so good. It is exactly so much. And these are, more war. Is that being negative, Shanda? I don't want.
Is it negative?
I think it's more like realistic on things.
Yeah. I think it's more realistic,
We got here. We got the IRS. This is champagne dreams and caviar dreams, or whatever the hell it was. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
Caviar dreams.
Yeah, this is the IRS and the middle class. Just putting their fist up my ass. That's I'm the turkey.
By the IRS and the FBI too.
Jesus, we're in good shape here tonight. I can tell you, it's really we got a stoner corner here. So it's a stoner.
Trying to get ahead of you. Okay, I got ahead of you.
You got ahead of me. There we are. Stoner corner. Stoner corner. Yep.
Stoner corner. Let me get that. Oh yeah, me when I miss 420, I double up at 840. Hell yeah! When people try to insult me by calling me a stoner, excuse me, I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger.
Oh my God in heaven! You got a Jimmy Dore before we get into Hollywood here. This is
Yes, I do. So this was yesterday or the day before, whatever. Well, he was on break for a few days, but anyways, this is the surveillance. Well, not just the surveillance, but how they're going to come after us. How we're going to pay for what we're saying.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I'm really liking this one. Everybody, perk your ears up to this.
Hey, get a load of this. You're not going to believe it. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You know what they're doing? They're using facial recognition for tickets.
Wow, Mercedes-Benz from the days of Nazis to the Nazis of tomorrow. We want to see your papers.
What's there to worry about, Kurt? Well, let's watch the news report about it. Ready? Here we go.
Tomorrow, some club-level ticket holders can get into Mercedes-Benz Stadium using their face. The new technology is being...
I like how she said it. Using their face. Let's listen to it again.
Tomorrow, some club-level ticket holders can get into Mercedes-Benz Stadium using their face. The new technology is being tested over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the Atlanta United match when they take on Seattle Sounders tomorrow at 3. Certain ticket holders can test this special face scanner that serves as their ticket to get in.
I'm so
Tests
excited.
will continue over the next 5 events at the stadium.
They scan it with their dick. That's the only thing it says.
What? So nobody can think one half a step ahead?
It's exclusive. This is like you're special getting to do this.
You know, they could also exclude you with your facial recognition.
What?
Did you ever think about...
Yeah. More data.
They need that. They need it. They have to have it because they don't have enough already. Someone should deep fake it, right? DC, I agree.
By the time I dig myself out of my cave, they won't recognize me because I'll be too old to be recognized. So, anyway, it's Hollyweird. Hold on a minute. I'm going to download some celebrity opinions. I love that meme. So what's the deal with Hollyweird this weekend?
I didn't mean to put Jimmy Dore back to back because I pulled that Jimmy Dore, but we got a little bit of time, so I added it back in. Have you heard this Kevin Spacey call that Mike and Jimmy did this week?
No, I missed it. Oh,
it's pretty funny. So I had to bring it for Hollyweird. We get a little update from Kevin Spacey.
All right. I always want to hear from Kevin Spacey. Not really.
Right?
Hello, this is Jimmy. Who's this?
Hello, Jimmy Dore. This is Kevin Spacey.
Oh, hello, disgraced actor Kevin Spacey. It's good to hear from you.
That is correct. And how are you doing? How is that whole thing that you do? Whatever it is, how is that?
Well, it's going quite well. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
I've seen better days, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Yes. A Los Angeles Superior Court judge just ordered me to pay $31 million in restitution to the production company behind House of Cards, my former show on Netflix.
Ouch.
A single judge decided this. I did not get to be adjudicated by a jury of my peers because they couldn't find 12 of my peers.
All right, I see.
30 $31 million. That is absolutely outrageous. An injustice.
Are you going to pay it?
Are you out of your mind? Of course not. I'll take this all the way to the Supreme Court if I have to. The UN. First of all, I don't have that kind of money just lying around that they know of. And even if I did, I wouldn't pay a dime of it to these scumbags.
Is that so?
Yes, that is so. Let's look at the facts of the case. I didn't quit or violate a contract. They fired me.
That's right.
And then they had the audacity to produce a 6th season of House of Cards without me, the star of the show. Real smart, gentlemen. You think Robin Wright Penn can carry an entire season of prestige television on her own? Sorry, honey. Princess Bride was a long time ago.
Ouch.
Put on a Band-Aid. It's about to get worse. So, of course, the season tanked and they lost money. And that is my fault? How exactly? Please explain that to me. How I'm liable for their boneheaded decision. The dumbest decision in Netflix history. Explain it. Pull out a dry erase board and start writing down equations and shit and explain this to me.
But they did. But why did they fire you, though?
Because they're stupid.
What was the reason they gave?
I don't know.
Yes, you do, Kevin Spacey.
I guess it was something about allegations.
What kind of allegations?
The sexual kind. What other kind is there? You never hear about allegations of gardening misconduct. Get real. Grow up.
All right, go over there. Check out jimmydore.com. We got to shout him out because we use his material, but we don't.
We shout out Jimmy.
We don't. We don't
I
put it in
say
the title. We're not out to get hits on the show.
No, we never.
No.
But the whole fact that he got ordered to pay $31 million to the producers of House of Cards because the allegations tanked the series.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he's well south of 100 million. I don't think he's got, like $500 million or anything like. I think he's around.
Oh no, come on. This is Ghislaine Maxwell's best friend and one of the Clintons' best friends. All his money is in some offshore account somewhere under a shell company.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Yeah, so they calculate net worth, but he's got the money to pay it. Is my point.
If he truly thought he was going to go to prison in the U.S. or face any kind of really harsh justice system retribution, he'd be somewhere where they can't even extradite him.
Yeah,
come on.
I know.
He's a knight. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, he was knighted, Sir Spacey. That's scary.
Spacey.
That's scary.
Right.
You got Ralph Macchio here before and after, right?
Well, you're getting old when the Karate Kid is 61.
Yeah, Jesus, he stayed young for a long time. I think he stayed. Yeah, he still looks good for 61.
He does.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I just anyway. We've got this one. You want to talk about this real quick?
I do want to talk about this. Hands off Assange, October 8th, 12 p.m. out in front of the U.S. the Department of Justice, the DOJ in D.C. Please join us. We need every person that can get there. I mean, I'm as far west as you can get. I can see the Pacific Ocean some days, and I'm going to try to get my butt there, even with travel and prices the way they are. And so we need your help. Please help get people there. If you can't get there, sponsor somebody to get there. And I was thinking about taking messages with me that I could read, because we have so many great activists that I encounter every day on all kinds of social media platforms that can't travel for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And if they want to write a message and have me say it at one of these rallies, or have I know Misty would do it, I know Pasta will do it, I know anybody that would come would say your message. I think that's something I want to do, is just try to collect some messages to take with me.
Yeah, I'd be honored to have any of you speak that I can't go, and say,
right, and
bring
that's what
my
I'm
words.
saying. If you want something said, or
so send it to
Chanda,
send it to Sister Misty, Comrade Misty Putin, and I want to give a shout out Comrade Misty Putin's been taking some awful shit this week, and
they all shit on her.
yeah,
so hard.
it's disgraceful and it's disgusting. So show sister Comrade Misty Putin some love too. So a little bit extra, you know. We love her, and we love all of her work for Julian Assange, and I just can't express.
Oh, she's working it lately, man.
Yeah,
she's
been working her butt off. So
cabling and making buttons constantly, getting merch out.
Working her ass off. So again, this is the address. You want to read it out for those?
Yes, please. Write Julian Assange. You can write a letter of support to Julian Assange at Julian Assange, prisoner A9379AY, HMP Belmarsh, Western Way, London, SE28 OEB UK.
Thank you so much.
I have been. Just like, it doesn't take much. I've got some old postcard stamps that I just been slapping on.
Yeah, please do. Appreciate that. Aspen Fallen got a super sticker over. Thank you so much, Aspen Fallen. That's
thank you, Aspen Fallen. I haven't missed any super chats, have I?
No, I don't think so.
I look away from the chat and then I feel bad.
It's hard to keep up engineering.
Hey, thank you guys so much for all the super chats. We might actually make the threshold to get paid from YouTube this month.
Yeah.
If you don't make enough money, they won't give it to you. So you have to wait till you make.
What is the threshold? I'm curious. Is it what?
$100 a month.
$100 for a month, 30 days. Yeah, well, shit, you know.
I get it. Why even bother with you when they can sit on that money and get the interest, right?
Yeah.
Because how many millions of accounts don't do anything but make a few dollars and they just sit on that money?
Yeah, and then they demonetize and hold your money. So.
I know. I cannot wait. I mean, now that we're up and running, I'm gonna have the restream. I'm gonna break out of YouTube land.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
So
and
excited.
By the way, YouTube, thank you for all your support over the years. We do appreciate it. A little bit.
We do.
We do. We really do.
We do.
We really do.
We really do.
Yeah, we really do.
Welcome to the trailer park.
Welcome to this is your new show. Is this a 10 a.m. most of the time, right? Is that what
10 a.m. most of the time, and I think once it actually falls into its scheduled days, it'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. because I'm going to be busy Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Oh yeah, you are going to be a busy person. So where are we at on all the tech? We still got to root out a couple of things.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Mercy Me Studios. Right now I am looking at 4 monitors. I have kick-ass power. I have the power. And we're trying to get the different studios installed and interfaced, working with all of the different programs. Windows 11 is an effing nightmare, and it is just crippled us. And now I'm at a point where, do we go backwards to Windows 10, even though it's never been on this system before, which means that's a lot of work to take it to Windows 10. And
just reloading everything is going to be crazy.
Oh my gosh. So it's just like, it's so frustrating because every time I just get up and I start to run, something knocks me back down. This is what our second system.
Fourth time trying to reload everything.
Fourth time trying to reload.
It's
a tech nightmare yesterday for my show. I didn't realize I had a channel totally gone. I mean, I had audio problems, but I think I've got them all worked out now. So
audio is Satan.
I'm slowly getting there.
Don't worry about that. Windows 10 from Windows 11 is definitely an upgrade in my book. So.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah. We're going to do our best to get it up.
I like how Windows 11 looks. The interface is much easier. It's so easy. It's dumbed down. It's really what it is.
Dumbed down, yeah.
But it has so many glitches, and it locks up and crashes with so many different programs like Zoom. When we got to bring people in via Zoom windows to pin them in the studio, it just will crash my system down. And I'm noticing it doing with YouTube tonight. It's glitchy with Facebook now. So Windows 11 is being a pain.
So you're pretty much sure that you want us to go through and put 10 on it?
I don't know yet. I'm sleeping on it. I kind of feel like I'm burning the whole house down for a spider in the bathroom. But if I can't do what I was intended to do, then what's the point? And so what's got to be done has got to be done.
There's
I might be tearing down instead of doing shows.
So what kind of announcements do we have this week?
What kind of announcements do we have this week? CC Gals on Monday. I've been collecting all kinds of great little clips for that show, and we haven't met in probably 6 weeks now. So a lot has happened. This case just will not go away. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard, you know, as we know, the media is backing her 100%. They won't back down. We've never seen anything like the trolls and the bots that we're seeing in the Twitterverse when it comes to this case, and the attacks on the YouTube streamers, the independent streamers that are coming, the smears that are coming from the mainstream media. It's mind-blowing, and it's waking a lot of everyday people who maybe don't want to follow politics, or they're like, what the hell is going on? And it's like, welcome to the censorship, guys. We've been screaming about it for 3 damn years. When you guys were all cheering that they came for Alex Jones, we knew we were next, and we have been. And so, I mean, in some ways it's kind of good to see that some other little pockets are figuring this out. But,
well, I think part of the job of these 87,000 new IRS agents is they have to join Twitter with an alias, because I've never seen so many assholes with like under 200 followers that are brand new, right? with no or weird avatars and stuff. Talking shit to some of the nicest people I've ever met.
Like Misty. Who are these people who have nothing better to do but fucking attack her when she drops truths? It blows my mind.
Yeah, so don't be an asshole on Twitter. If somebody's an asshole to you, the best advice I can give you on Twitter is to just not respond, because you're making
you feed it.
You're accomplishing their goal of being an asshole, and try not to do that. If you know,
it's so hard because we all get triggered, right?
Yeah, we get triggered. Yeah,
like, oh, how dare you say that to me? But I'm learning, and I've learned over the last 10 years.
Yeah, just roll on by, man.
Friends and family members that I don't talk to because of social media. You know, even years ago when social media first started, all families infighting on social media. I've learned. It's a high school. It's playland.
Better to drop it and move on, because we've got so many more important things to do than to get in fights. And again, that's not our goal. So anyway, we're going to try and do short takes. I'm the one that bagged off of short takes last week. I wasn't feeling good.
I know. You weren't feeling good. But, you've been under so much stress lately. You've had so much going on, especially trying to get the Mercy Me studios built. So we apologize, guys, but I hope I made up for it with my 2 surprise trailer park pundits.
Yeah, and we are going to try it. I think Sister Amber King may be back next Friday, because she had a family event she had to go to this Friday. She's got a hell of a show. I've been watching her build it, so looking forward to that. And then
she scares the shit out of me.
Beauty and the Boomer next Saturday night. I don't know what we're going to theme it or not, but I think that we should have something good. Are we?
I know we didn't really stuck with the theme this week. I mean, we're still doing Hot Summer Nights, but we've been so busy with the studio. When we're not building shows and engineering shows and doing shows, we're working on the studio, trying to get stuff
and trying to keep up on the noise news and all that other stuff.
Trying to consume.
It's trying to. But again, I want to shout out our sisters and brothers. Heartlands Media and the News Network. Combo Couch, Franco. Remind me to make a roll for this.
We need to make a roll, right?
Yeah,
I know
we need to do that, because I miss people. But
if we made a roll 2 years ago, it'd be a much different roll than what we have now.
It would be.
And that's because we've evolved and we've learned and we've grown.
We try. Yeah,
right.
We try.
I am definitely not the same person I was 2 years ago versus the same person I was 4 years ago.
Neither am I. But anyway, it's been great, everybody. Did we get everybody?
Got a few more super chats.
Yeah, you want to shout those out? Yeah,
please. DC says hashtag free the press, free Julian Assange, and free journalism, and prosecute war crimes. Absolutely. That's why, everybody, the Trump thing. It's one big club. They don't arrest each other. They don't go after each other. Come on. And Patty in NYC.
Hi, Patty.
Keep it up. Thank you, Patty, and welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Patty. Thanks, everybody.
How's the
Sincerely.
weather in NY?
And not everybody can give, and we see you give to our sisters and brothers. We appreciate that for them too. So again, it's great. What are we going out with? What are we going out with tonight?
I love Supertramp, and I don't think we've ever closed with the Supertramp. And I was like, why the hell have I not brought any Supertramp? So now I'm on a Supertramp kick, and I had to go listen to all of Breakfast in America last night.
Well, that's great.
I go through phases, right?
Yeah. Anthony, I didn't shout you out earlier.
Anthony?
Sorry, Anthony.
Oh, hey, Anthony.
And Jilly, of course. Thank you for all your contributions, Jilly.
Hey, I want to do a quick little shout out. It's in the roll, but I didn't bring it up. Why didn't I put it in the deck? I'm going to go grab it real fast.
Okay,
We got a
go
minute.
grab it. You got a minute.
Yeah, no. I've made Jilly a card because Jilly, many of you know Jilly Love in the chat. She mods for everybody all day long. She's out there. Okay, I dropped it right below you. She's out there keeping the chats from the sex bots, from the shit talking, from the craziness. And she does an excellent job. And you are so even-handed and fair about it, Jilly.
Yeah.
So
we get.
And all of the time, she's constantly contributing to us too. She sends us clips for everything.
To be sure.
Part of our deck's from
To
her.
be sure, not everybody's going to agree with our positions. We don't want that. No. Don't want it. But, again, if there is something that's delicate, kind of hit us in a DM in a back channel. Let's work it out. And our mods have disagreed with us before, too. And we're always open to that. So,
we're willing to talk.
Yeah, we're willing to talk, but we're not willing to throw it on the freeway and run over by a bus. Right. So that's tough. So, fair and balanced. Got another one in there, Chanda.
Aaron, here, let me catch. I brought my chat out real fast.
Fair, and I'm looking forward to Monday.
I saw it wasn't by. Fair and balanced. Shout out to Kevin's and Chad's crammed in the Ryder truck who went to raid Trump's house not wearing their FBI gear. Great job on another great show. Yeah, I saw you guys talking about the whole Kevin's and Chad's thing. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I go over to Farron's channel, listen to her a lot. I give her.
I know. I
give her
see
some.
You in there.
I give her some fun pokes once in a while. So.
Right.
So anyway.
I just pop up every now and then, let her know I'm in there. But yeah, her chat's a hoot, man.
Yeah,
her
it's
fun.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Great show, Farron. Really have a great time. You keep us entertained as well over there too. So.
Absolutely, I love Farron's faces. One of these days, I'm going to learn to do the Farron eye cross.
Oh my God, yes, absolutely. Love the Farron eye cross. We're going to have to make an avatar for that, I think.
Yes, we are.
So anyway, Chanda, thank you so much. Great show tonight. Everything worked. I'm knocking on wood.
I know. Hopefully it sounded good and we looked good and hopefully we're getting the bugs worked out.
Yeah, we'll get the bugs worked out. Bugs worked out of my brain. So we're going out with a little bit of love. Give it a little bit.
Give a little bit.
Yeah, Supertramp by the Hill. What is the name of that? The Hill Street Country Club? Is that what it is?
Hill Street Country Club.
Hill Street Country Club. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Sincerely, we do appreciate it.
There's so much that we